The NHL All-Star rosters have been announced, so let's look at all the fun we're about to enjoy. I'm just kidding, this is the internet. Let's all be mad! I could say what all four rosters are, but I mean, you can just read that down below. That's gonna take too long. Let's go with the main takeaways. First of all, Toronto Maple Leafs fans, your lone representative, Leo Komarov. Uncle Leo, as a matter of fact. A lot of fans super stoked about that. Obviously, the guy's a fan favorite in Toronto for many reasons. But of course, some people go, oh, no way, that guy shouldn't be the Leafs All-Star rep. And you know what? Heading into the season, of course, yeah, it seemed pretty ridiculous. You could definitely make a case for Morgan Rielly, but the Atlantic's three defensemen are Aaron Ekblad, PK Subban, and Erik Karlsson. Once again, that's the reigning Rookie of the Year and PK Subban and Erik Karlsson. So now you're down to the Leafs points leader in James Van Riemsdyk and the Leafs goal leader in Leo Komarov. And yeah, in terms of skill set, in terms of what we've seen, James Van Riemsdyk can do some pretty incredible things with that much ice, but Leo deserves it too, man. And they decided to go with one Leaf, and that one Leaf is Leo. Leo Komarov, by the way, NHL All-Star, Sidney Crosby, not. Plenty of people yelling about that. How dare you not have Sidney Crosby in the game? And other people going, well, he was totally undeserving. He sucked. Well, first of all, seeing how Crosby has turned it on lately, it's pretty hilarious that anyone ever thought he sucked. And the Penguins already have two representatives in the Metropolitan Division. Evgeny Malkin, absolutely deserving to be there. And Chris Letang, look at the defenders in that division, man. He deserves to be there. I just think, you know, there are a couple teams who got to take three players. Why not make one of those teams the Penguins so you can bring Sidney Crosby? You've put so much marketing into him over the last decade. Now, to poke a couple holes in the, well, Sidney Crosby didn't deserve it this year argument, why is Jonathan Toews there then? Crosby's 36th in league scoring, I get that, but Toews is tied for 76th and he's got fewer points than Leo Komarov in more games. And spots in the Central Division are so precious too because you got three Nashville players in there because the game is in Nashville. Klingberg didn't even get into the game and Toews did? I mean, Toews was an All-Star captain last year and Chicago is a pretty big market for the NHL, so it makes sense from that standpoint at least. Probably doesn't make the Jets or Blake Wheeler feel any better. And last but not least, the team captained by John Scott, the Pacific Division. Oh heavens, the Pacific Division is going to be so short-handed and bad because Scott was named, and then you look at the team and you go, oh dear. Taylor Hall is having a coming-out party this season. Drew Doughty is on the team. Johnny Gaudreau might be the best 3-on-3 player in the entire league. And one thing I've read that I've liked to address, John Scott is the only Arizona Coyotes representative. All the ruffians who voted for him took a spot away from Shane Doan or Max Domi or Oliver Ekman-Larsson. How could you? How actually could you? I'm gonna need you to pump the brakes with both feet on that one. Lots of teams have two players going. Two teams have three players going. The fact that the Coyotes only got one guy was a choice. Yeah, I would have liked to see Max Domi go. Let's talk about the fact that there's only one rookie going, Dylan Larkin. Or actually, you know what we should talk about? You know what we should talk about? It's gonna be fun. For all the criticism the NHL has received for the All-Star Game in recent years, some of that from me, including that 17-12, whatever that was, ridiculous game last year, I like what they're trying to do this year. They're having a tournament. As long as you accept what the All-Star Game really is, it's fun. When you start using words like farce and integrity, I think you're taking the game a little too seriously. And besides, you see the new black and yellow design for their jerseys? I thought that was pretty snazzy. Then again, I think I'm one of the only people on planet Earth who thought this was cool. So what do you think of the NHL All-Star Game? Is it a farce lacking integrity? Or do you just not care? Or do you see it as this fun little thing that, yeah, could be really cool? Because it's all just a big party anyway. Why not have fun and be ridiculous?